You'd never imagine that this little lizard's desperate leap would create one of evolution's greatest miracles. Naturally equipped with swimming abilities, at least they wouldn't drown in the sea. On shore, the Abelisaurus roared furiously, yet helplessly, at the lizards who chose to plunge into the ocean rather than become its meal. These lizards were finally safe. Coinciding with breeding season, the ancestors of Protostega turtles had completed their evolutionary transition from land to sea. Though now fully adapted to marine life, they retained their terrestrial reproductive habits, selecting warm, sandy beaches for egg laying as the sand provided stable thermal conditions crucial for these lizards were finally safe. About 50 days later, some of the second largest known turtle hatchlings would emerge. With the lizard colonies now driven into the vast ocean by Abelisaurus, the once common sight of groups hunting crayfish along the shore had disappeared. The Abelisaurus prowled the beaches, using its keen sense of smell to detect any trace of food. Whenever it caught a suspicious scent, the predator would employ its powerful running-adapted hind legs to dig up the sand. In this prey-scarce environment, the hunters had no choice but to turn to the buried turtle eggs for sustenance. Despite being classified as predators, the Abelisaurus actually occupied an ecological niche with remarkably few easy hunting opportunities. When a gravid lizard preparing to come ashore saw the Abelisaurus feasting on turtle eggs, it hesitated momentarily. Laying eggs on this beach clearly meant certain death. Though they had previously escaped into the ocean, their hearts still yearned for land. Yet this vast continent offered them no foothold. With eggs ready to be laid, the heavily pregnant lizards slowly crawled back toward the sea. Their final plunge marked a complete farewell to the land they had so cherished. Unable to change their environment, they chose instead to transform themselves to survive within it. Abandoning land for the ocean, the lizards radically altered their reproductive strategy, evolving from oviparity to ovoviviparity. This reproductive method, developed as an adaptation to hostile environments, involves embryos developing inside eggs that remain within the mother's body until ready to hatch. While the mother primarily provides protection and incubation, the embryos rely almost entirely on yolk nutrition with minimal maternal exchange, developing into complete offspring before birth. As each newborn lizard emerged, it had to immediately swim to the surface for its first breath. Though their mother's ovoviviparous strategy improved reproductive success, the hatchlings still faced urgent challenges, retaining the breathing patterns inherited from their terrestrial ancestors. In these perilous waters, their first survival test would be whether these physiological limitations would hinder their marine expansion. Having solved the reproduction puzzle, the lizards found temporary safety in the open ocean, free from most predators. The ancient seas not only provided refuge, but teemed with abundant food sources, creating a stark contrast to the dinosaur-dominated land. In these resource-rich waters, the lizards finally enjoyed prosperous lives, leisurely foraging and swimming each